This place, man. That's what you got. You got Esau ruling. Esau ain't no mature.
Yeah. The children have to be oppressed.
That's right.
So you got the child running the household.
All right, we good? All right, hey, shalom, shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone, Church of Birmingham, Alabama, and always want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Yeah, that's the correct name of the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son and the Holy Spirit in the ancient Hebrew tongue. Also want to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, men whom we believe through faith to be raised up here in these latter days to convey the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Also want to say shalom to the believers out there, you know, and the Akim that's laboring as well, you know. The brothers and sisters alike that subscribe to this truth, you know, everybody that has been called into this marvelous light, man. And we back out here once again, pretty much being a thorn in the side of Esau, man. Because right now, we were just kind of briefly speaking on it, you know, Esau shutting channels down. Hey, that's proof right there that we're doing the right thing, man. Because it was foretold. Matter of fact, get that in Wisdom of Solomon up. Is that the second chapter? Where Esau reasoning with himself?
Oh yeah.
And somebody can hold, I think, Psalm the 37th chapter. And we can start at the top of Psalm the 37th chapter. Because really the climax to this thing is the resistance, the final battle between the elites of Esau versus the elect of the nation of Israel. That's really what it boils down to, man. Everybody else is just collateral damage, man. You know? And that's how movies end. You know, the climax to movies, you know, you always have these different skirmishes, but it always ends with the good guy against the bad guy, man. So that's why we know right now, this is their time. You know, and the Lord have thrust his men out into the forefront. Matter of fact, a quick scripture coming out, get 1 Corinthians 4:9 real quick. Let's start off with that real quick. Because when you go into the so-called culture of so-called black people, you had all these different movements, whether it was in the form of the Black Panthers or you know, the NAACP, whatever group that emerged, right? But it fizzled out, man. Why? Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua wasn't with that, man. You know? The Lord saved the best for last, just like a movie. Any great movie director gonna have it where the two main characters gonna clash at the end.
And it's better than the beginning.
The end is better than the beginning. Oh, and that script, hey, somebody can hold that too, man. But that's Ecclesiastes 7 chapter. So that's the climax right there, man. All right. So go ahead,
Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and 9. It says, "For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles last."
See, I set forth the Lord said he set forth the apostles last. That's why when you read the story of Yahushua, with you had the host of the wedding, he said, hold up, you saved the best wine for last, man. That was symbolic to this philosophy, this idea that was gonna be presented. And that's the best. Like if you consider a show, right? If you promote the show, you're gonna have a opening act. You're gonna have the headliner, man. Okay, that's what you're gonna have, right? And this is the stage where that show is being played out, man. The actions of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And you looking at the men. You looking at us, man. This thing hidden in plain sight, man. The Lord's so bad, man. The Lord said his men right out here amongst you, man. You know, right here in the latter days. Okay, but again, read that again.
This is 1 Corinthians.
Oh, and real quick, you got people that's looking for a sign from the Lord. But this a sign. It was amazing. It was foretold that the Lord would have men out here on the streets teaching here in the latter days, man. This that sign. Yep, the prophet Jonah. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 4 and 9. "For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles last, as it were approved to death, for we are made a spectacle."
See that? Oh, you can't make that up. We are made a spectacle, right? You look at everywhere you go to these various camps, you got cameras all over the place. We're a spectacle, man. Yeah, people taking pictures. They're looking at us as if we're an exhibition, man. You know why? Because we look like we've really been teleported from the ancient world. Here it is, we out here with ancient garbs. We got Bibles all over the place. We got pictures, unconventional pictures of missiles. What part of the game is that, man? All right, really, you people should be inquiring of this, man. You know, but that's a part of that dynamic of the Lord hiding this thing in plain sight. Right. See, the Lord have it, man. The Lord said, I think that's Isaiah the 6th chapter, where the Lord said he made their ears fat, right? Why? Because the Lord bound by his word. If you was to hear this word and believe on it, then now you'll be converted and the Lord will be forced to heal you, man. But see, the Lord blinded you so much to where it's right in your face. It's up close and personal now. Yet you can't get it. And you don't even inquire about it, man. Scriptures say they have not acquired at my mouth. Right? That's the prophet. Go ahead.
Yep, it says, for we are made a spectacle in the world, and to the angels, and to men.
Whoa, now, and to men. What men? The basis of men. That's dealing with the rulers right now. What that was, Psalms 37, you got something out? You got that Psalm 37? Start at the top. The point around the 12th verse, start at the top.
It's on Psalm 37:1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers.
What? Fret not thyself because of evildoers. Now, what's that? Real quick, give me Isaiah 13 real quick. Because this is the climax of the movie. You know how like you might have, you know, an up-and-coming guy in a movie, right? And he might be doing this thing, but then all of a sudden, his reputation precedes him. Then all of a sudden, it reached the ears of the boss or something like that. Like, who is this guy? Then all of a sudden, it set the stage for these two guys to clash. Then you have a change of the guard, so to speak. That's what's going on, man. All right, this thing started going back, and it has progressed until now. And really, what was going on, the Lord was inching up. Because the Lord deals with gradualism. You know, you go into that, the Lord deals with gradualism. You know, you look up that word gradualism, right? That's how the Lord deals. So what? The Lord gradually let this thing play out, man. Now all of a sudden we have reached the ears to those who seize control of the entire planet Earth, man. See, this bigger than just some Islamic nigga in a kufi. We don't take none of you serious, man. Guess who take us serious, even if you don't take us serious? The elites, those who seize control of all the resources on the planet Earth, man. Right? Who dominate, that's who take us serious. They can't even sleep over us, man. See? So what that was it called? Oh, look, Isaiah 13 real quick.
Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13:2. Lift you up a banner upon the high mountain.
What's the banner? The scriptures. Because we're not coming in our own spirit. This is not something no elaborate plan we concocted. So we get the brother come down from NY. You know, we all send a text message, group message. Hey, we don't teach this. No, man. This is the spirit of the Lord, man. And it's all based upon this book. That's why I said lift up this banner. Go ahead.
It said lift you up a banner upon the high mountain.
And the high mountain is America. Okay, this is the highest government conceivable out here in this realm on the planet Earth right now. This is the wickedest place ever erected, man. We be often saying it, like, oh, we in Babylon. Shit, this is Babylon. That's crazy. Go ahead.
It says, exalt the voice unto them.
And that's what we're doing. We're exalting the voice. Now, that don't necessarily mean you got to scream, because some brothers, you know what prove that? Because you do your sit downs, you ain't screaming. Exalt means you put this word to the forefront. This word has been, you got it up?
Oh, I'll publish it, man.
Yep, ooh, that's it.
Yeah. Which means make public, right?
Right, that's it.
So that's why we out here, man. You don't see here no other words published right now except for this Bible, man.
Right.
By the prophets of the Lord.
Right, brother. Yep. Hey, that's true, man.
Hey, don't the slack,
you got it, my brother. Go ahead.
Don't the scripture say about those that publish the word? Was that in Psalms?
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Blessed all day.
Yeah, come. Let me get that for you.
Hey, the word got to come out, man.
That's right.
The word got to come out of your mouth. That's why I think it was Jeremiah who said it's like a
fire.
It's like a fire in your mouth, man.
Yeah,
you gotta let it go. Here it goes. You might be a brother that's quote unquote introvert. You got nothing to say majority of your life, man. Right? And here it is when the camera, when you learn this word, and then the camera come on. You got everything to say about the scriptures, man. You got a story to tell. Because the Lord wants this message pushed out, man, to the four corners.
That's right.
And that's why, through the Spirit, that's why the Apostle of the Heart did a video on it. It's a unicorn right here, man. So now the word of the Lord is actually getting sent out through the four corners of the earth by way of the internet. We don't have to travel to Troas. And back in the day, back in the time of the apostles, Apostle Paul had to travel to all of these different places, man. Apostle Paul got shipwrecked. Right. He got bitten by a snake. Right? These happen. These events happen. Now, how the word get out? Through the internet. So you can stay put literally where you are and push this word. Right?
I got some for you too, real quick. This is Psalm 68 and 11. The Lord gave the word great was the company of those that published it.
Hey, that's great. That's why the brotherhood is great, man.
Woo! Great meal.
Hey, the
That
brother,
was
great meals home, right?
Yeah.
Hey, the brotherhood is great,
Yeah,
man.
that's beautiful.
Because how else you gonna learn this word? You ain't gonna learn it through this Babylonian education system.
Yeah.
You're not gonna learn it. You could go to the highest paid schools out here, the most prestigious school. You're not gonna learn about the end times,
Right.
prophecy, eschatology, what's to come, who are you, what's to come of your people, your lot. All right. You learn that through your men who the Lord raised up.
Right.
And Lord willing, you be one of those men, and it's a glorious time to be one of those men.
Right.
Not only you start walking the way the Lord, which is pleasing to the Lord, you start being able to sup with brothers who you never met before,
Right.
who you would have had nothing in common with. This society, along with the curses of the Bible in Deuteronomy 28, this society pins us against each other.
Yeah, come.
All right, here it goes. I'll see a brother that look just like me, but in this street, in America, in this world, in this realm, in this satanic place we live in, that's my enemy now. So here it is. When I travel to different places, I got enemies that look like me.
Yep.
That's wicked, man. That's not how it's supposed to be. But in the truth, it's a brotherhood. So we are blessed, man.
Right.
We blessed through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah.
You got the brother Captain?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall work my mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered him.
You got one more time, man?
God, this is Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read.
Yeah.
No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate.
Hey, and the good thing about the scriptures is that it's prophetic, man. So in a world full of darkness, which the scriptures tell you, gross darkness shall cover the earth, you got a vision, you got a light, you got a lantern, man. In the book of Psalms, it says the word is a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path.
Right.
You literally got something that's telling you how this thing all gonna end. You don't gotta get washed up no more in the way society, you know, the waters, the tide of where society drags you, man. All right? Which most of our people end up dead, in jail, all right, or broke. It ain't no real life to live out here anyway. This ain't living.
Yep.
So the scripture said, none of these shall fail. The prophecies are not going to fail.
Right.
We could depend on them. We rely on them. We believe in them. We hope. We hope that they come sooner.
Right. Money.
Right. The dollar crashing.
Everybody want that.
Oh man, anytime we hear news about coronavirus,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
all right, it could be something small, but it's glorious. It's news. It's music to our ears.
Right.
Because we dependent on this society to fall in order for Yahweh Shah's kingdom to rise up. Got it, bro.
Yeah, God. It says, no one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it had commanded.
They say none shall want a mate. A mate is something that's equal of value, basically. So what other book is equal of value to the Bible? None can mate with the book. None can match with the book.
Right.
Because this is a holy book. And it's revered amongst all nations of people. Everybody knows about the Holy Bible, but nobody can figure it out because it wasn't given unto them to decipher it. It's given into a select few men. In the world, they look at us like we just supposed to be niggas, right?
Yeah.
But here, lo and behold, we the prophets of the Lord that was sent by the Most High to warn our people in the end times.
That's right.
Now everything's getting flipped on their head. Because according to them, we just supposed to be niggas, man. Ain't supposed to know nothing, man. Right?
Yeah, I got something for you real quick. 1 Corinthians 1, starting at verse 25, it says, because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than man, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than man. For you see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called, but the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
Here it is, man. You know, that's what, when you look at us, they don't consider us wise at all. No Harvard Law School students back here.
Yeah.
No Ivy League graduates back here. All right? Majority of us probably many brothers don't even got a GED. They understand this word, man. Because the Lord chosen the foolish of this world. All right? The men that's considered in this society base.
That's right.
Lowly, don't have anything. That's who the Most High chose to obtain this word. And so now that you have us on the corners teaching some of these theology scholars out here, man, that they in debt $100,000 right now.
They need to be paying us.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
All right? But it's all for the word. It's all for the love of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because brothers got family, brother got things to do. Yeah, and still, we put this word first, man.
Right.
That's what it take to be a believer and faithful, man.
Right.
You got something real quick?
It's they got more on it.
Okay.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 13. Now, when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled. And they took knowledge of them that they had been with Yahweh.
Right? So here it is. Peter and John. It's that Peter and John. Unknowledgeable men. So you don't have to go through Esau's school system or have any type of prestige out here to understand this Bible, man. For the Lord to sup with you. In the Revelations, it says if you knock, right, or he knocketh at the door, and basically you have to open, all right, or it could be vice versa. I hope I'm not butchering that, but the Lord will sup with you.
Yep.
You know, you pray to the Lord, you ask the Lord to deal with you in this word that you that you believe that He's a Savior. He's gonna sup with you, man.
Right.
No matter how lost. As a matter of fact, the more lost, the better, because the Lord comes for the ones that
That's
need
true.
the physician, that need the most healing. Yeah, he take them from the lowest positions, man. That's where the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees, they used to try to come at Yahweh Shah, because he would be supping and eating and dining with some of the publicans and the sinners of that time. And the Pharisees would say, look at this man. He can't be righteous. Look who he's with. Yeah, and still, the Lord would return that back. He fired back by saying, it's these men that are needing healing, not you that seem to be already healed.
And if I may too, the scriptures tell you how the Lord's strength is shown in weakness. You know, his strength is strong in weakness. So that's how he really can show his work. You know?
That's it.
King David, for an example, taking down the mighty Goliath. He could have easily rose up, mighty man of Israel. No, he was King David. So his power is shown.
That's right.
That's right.
It's all about magnifying Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
Because I'll tell you, I was a nobody in this world, and I still ain't.
All of it. Me too. Yeah.
Ain't never been nobody in this world.
Right, brother.
All right? Ain't nobody ever got out their way for me, or held the seat for me, or held the door for me, But through the Spirit of the Lord willing, I'm one of those men. You know how glorious it is to be a part of that number? All right? The scriptures tell you they going to marvel at the salvation, all right, when it comes, and say, these men, these guys.
Bad right there. That's bad.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 3. And they repented and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, a proverb and of reproach.
Yeah, a proverb and a reproach, sometimes in derision, meaning they had us all messed up.
Yeah.
We from that group of men, that group of people on this side who are jacked up out here in this world, man. We the lowest people on this scale right now, as it is right now. Negroes, Latinos, and Native, ain't nothing lower than that. When you come to this society, all you gotta do is do a little better than a nigga, and you all right. You gonna have an apartment,
That's the measuring stick.
That's the measuring stick. As long as you ain't doing the same level
doing what a nigga doing.
Just doing a little better, you're all right. You're gonna have a car, you're gonna have nice things, But we the ones in derision, so they're gonna see us be glorified with the coming of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Not by ourselves, our own might.
That's right. Verse 4, we fools accounted his life for madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High?
Yeah, how he get it, man? That's how they look at us for real, man. They walk down the street, man, or we got these ancient world garments on, and they laughing at us, man. It's laughable. The scriptures tell you that, we mock, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they laughing at us, man. This is the big joke to them. Edomites walk by us, they laughing, man.
Right.
Yeah, and still they're going to be saying that very same thing. How are they numbered amongst the saints? Amongst the ones that, because the chariot's going to come out of the sky and beam up these men who've been amongst us forever. All right, go ahead.
Continue on. Yeah. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints?
His lot is amongst the saints, man. All right, yeah, that's the best they can do. All right, so it's all about having your lot amongst the saints, man. Being glorified, man, being part of that number. See, the scripture tell you where there's no vision, the people perish. We got the vision was given to us, man. Like the brother just read, none shall be amazed. We got the perfect vision about what's to come, and we supping with it, we dealing with it. And Yahweh Shah is building us up. As time goes on, we only getting more excited about his coming, getting more understanding about his coming, having more knowledge, getting more brotherly. We receiving this truth through the Spirit of the Lord. We receiving it, man. You know, we taking it on like a breastplate. We're preparing ourselves for the times ahead. We getting that warning. Because the majority of the scriptures is what? It's a warning. It's a warning call. You got to wake up to what? The fact that you got enemies. The fact that there's all type of pestilences, diseases that the Lord's about to send out here, plagues. The Lord said, "I'll send you plagues" in the book in 2nd Ezra. So we getting ready for some real hardships. We don't got time to be dwelling on whatever the situation is now, because it's gonna get 10 times worse anyway. Right?
This is Proverbs 20:23. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Yeah, it is, man. It's gonna be 2/3 of our people is simple as hell. That's Zechariah 13:8. 2/3 of our people is not gonna foresee through the scriptures, through the prophets, through us being out here, starting with the apostles. They're not gonna foresee the coming of the day of the Lord. They're gonna be completely into whatever's going on right now. Complete narrow mind. They put that on the horse so that it don't start going off track. But Jake out here is blinded in the worst way. You don't see how the place is about to crash, man.
This is Proverbs 4:25. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot.
Hey, that's what real focus is. That's what real focus is. That's what focus is.
Oh, you want to read it? I give it from the time. Yep. This is Proverbs 4, starting at 25 again. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee.
That means you ain't supposed to be wandering around, trying to figure out how you gonna make it in the society. All of that American dreaming, we don't do that back here, man.
That's right.
All right? The only dream that's about to come true is Yahweh Shah's vision. Nebuchadnezzar's dream.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's right. Going on for thousands of years.
Yeah. Right?
That's heavy like that.
I mean, we talking about prophecies of that long, 2,000-year-old prophecies about to come to pass now, man.
Woo. Right.
Man. Yep. It says, ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil.
Remove thy foot from evil. So it ain't time to go off, man. It ain't. You gotta get every avenue of your life, every aspect gotta be on point to the best of your ability. You're gonna go off, you're gonna sin against your power, but you know to repent, you know to ask the Lord for forgiveness, and you know to not be making these mistakes over and over and over again, man. You know to learn from your mistakes, man.
Right.
And so that's how you progress in this truth, man. That's how you become better. You start being able to rely on yourself in more situations than before, because them demons ain't going to attack you in the same area once you adjusted to it, once you more prepared to it. You want to say something about it?
It's the book of Matthew 7 and verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Hey, that's Christianity, man. And that's everything that you think you could obtain salvation without going through the straight gate. You lost, man. You lost. And guess what? You still got time for the Lord to redeem you. But you gotta enter through that straight gate. What straight mean? Position of difficulty. Hard gate. Why is this gate so hard? Not only because the Lord wanted it to, But you got to be able to willing to sacrifice a lot of things that you had on the table before you came into this truth, man. Now, how many of us wanted to just raise a family in a quiet home, white picket fence, and just work a 9 to 5 and just live life like that? All right, that was an American dream. We gave it all up, man, through the Spirit of the Lord, man. And don't turn back either. Right? So enter in at the straight gate.
Yes, it's enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth into destruction, and there be many which go thereat.
So we know the majority of people out here is going to die. Terrible deaths, man.
That's it.
Why? Because they believe in this society. And they ain't going through the right gate. Go ahead.
Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Huh? Few that be that find it, man. Because it's found in the scriptures. The majority of our people don't want to read the Bible anyway. The scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth. All right, you gotta be, your face gotta be in this book, first and foremost. Right? You gotta be reading. You gotta be, the scripture, what is it, Joshua 1:8? That's one of my favorite. You get that?
Hey, can I add something to what you were saying? There is an old saying, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book, man. And this is that book, man. Jake ain't got the attention span to study, you know?
Yeah, man. And that's why it's a position of difficulty too.
That's right.
I think it's in the Apocrypha, it says like worrisome. The man,
Oh, yeah. That's right. I got something for you, Bernie. I got something for you. About to get that. The second Ezra 8:1. It says, and he answered me saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. I'll read it again for you. The second Ezra 8, it starting at verse 1, it says, and he answered me saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. And I would tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Yeah, so you know the earth, you walk out to a house and you see dirt everywhere. That's accessible, but where's the gold? That's the elect. I'm gonna continue for you. It says, but little dust of gold cometh of, even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved.
That's it, man. The Lord got a short list. And when you go into Revelation 7, you see how short that is. When you go to Zechariah 13:8, you see how small that is. The Lord he wants to always deal with a small group.
Yep,
going back into the time of when we was at war with the Midianites, I believe.
Oh, yeah, they had to drink the water.
And it was, yeah, they had to drink the water.
That's beautiful.
Right. So the number went from in the thousands down to 300 men who was able to scare off all of Midian. That was the book of Judges, right?
Yeah, Judges.
And so the Lord, because he got to deal with small numbers, because if we was 500 deep, we had all type of Jakes jumping on the ship. Because Jake see the numbers and they jump on that. For one, they feel safety. So if you're going to rely on the numbers, you ain't relying on your Howard shot. There it is. It'll be a camp of 5. It'll be a camp of 2 in some states. It'll be a camp of 1 man in certain states. And that'll grow. And so the Lord deals with smaller numbers for that reason, to show his power and show his might. So they can't use, the other nations can't use it as, oh, well, they had more than us. That wasn't the case.
Right.
I got that Joshua.
Joshua, real quick, bro.
Yeah, all right, yeah, this Joshua 1:8. It said, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
They take a diligent study, man. Right? Because like the Bereans in the scriptures in the book of Acts, once they was basically, they would hear something different or new about the scriptures, they go and research. They go and look it up. And so we the same, man. When we hear certain things that sound a little off, we're going to go back on that. And if it needs rebuking, we're going to rebuke it. Like as men will say, men are saying now, John the Baptist, they're saying John the Baptist basically is off, was going off, he was never in the truth. But we got to go back and refute that. Where in the scriptures with John the Baptist teaching another doctrine that Yahushua didn't teach? John the Baptist taught that the kingdom of heaven was at hand too. Just like Yahushua. John the Baptist, when they asked him, are you the Messiah? He said, I'm not. He said, but I know who is. And when Yahushua walked by, he said, that's the Messiah, that's him. And some of his men followed Yahushua immediately. And so when people come against us, man, we know what it is. You know, I mean, when people come against this truth, you know what it is. You got to go back into the scriptures and discern, man.
Can I say something too real quick? Also, John, and this is it's the heavy, you know, the brother asked us, why can all the groups come together? That's one of the reasons right there. You know, and then when you think about John the Baptist, he said, behold, the Son of the Most High who is sent to take the sins of the world. That's the most direct you can get. So how could he be against Yahushua? He proclaimed Yahushua to be the guy that's going to take the sins away from Israel. So how can this man be in the truth? He couldn't be in the truth. See what I'm saying? Hey, can I real quick get some? I want to just add what a brother was bringing out a little earlier. This Ecclesiastes 11:16, it says, therefore say, thus saith the Lord power, and this answers the question of everybody coming together and all that as well. Although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet I will be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
That's right. Go ahead.
Yep. So that means the Lord is calling a small number. In contrast to Israel, Israel is a big nation, man. So, you know, the 144,000 and 1/3, that's really a lot of jakes. But in comparison to Israel, it's small. You know?
Listen real quick. I'm gonna bring something out for you. In Jeremiah 5:5, it says, I will get me unto the great men and will speak unto them.
Hey, that's bad, you know. And if you're viewing it through spiritual lenses, why is that word great though, man? There's no coincidence you have men that come under the banner of great millstone here in the latter days, man. So the Lord said he will get unto the great men. Yep, go ahead out.
And will speak unto them.
And will speak unto them. How is the Lord speaking unto us? Through the scripture, man. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, for they have known the way of the Lord.
Ooh, for they have known the way of the Lord, man. And how do you know the way of the Lord? Through knowing, you know the Lord by knowing the scriptures.
That's right.
Which we can't claim, you know, we can't garnish that type of, we can't pat ourselves on the back for that. The Lord equipped us with the necessary attributes, if you will, to be able to navigate through the scriptures, man. We were designed a certain way. You know, it was woven in our fabric to be raised up here in the latter day and be able to go into this intricate book right here. This book got a lot of twists and turns, man. This book has fascinated ambassadors, man, okay, has baffled scientists and historians. You got brothers like us out here going into the scriptures effortless, man. It's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Yahushua. All right?
You get the cheer. Hey, man.
Oh, you see it?
Oh, man. Cheers.
Yeah, bro, let me keep going. Let me keep going. It's like, y'all, go ahead.
I got a quick precept just dealing.
Oh, we got more on this too.
Oh, okay.
Nah, this was the one I was looking for.
Okay, cut.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes Sirach, chapter 10, and I started 30. At 30, it says, the poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches.
So like, read that.
Yeah, this is it's like Ecclesiastes Sirach 10 and 30. It says the poor man is honored for his skill.
Woo, the poor man is honored for his skill, man. You know, go ahead.
And the rich man is honored for his riches.
And the rich man is honored for his riches. Go ahead.
It said, he that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches?
Right, and that's dealing with the men that you see right now, man.
That's right.
We being honored in poverty, man. How much more in riches? But there's a contrast, there's a yin-yang to that too. Go ahead.
It said, and he that is dishonorable in riches.
And who is dishonorable in riches? Esau. He got everything at his disposal, man. Yet, we look at him as a pedophile. We look at him as a homosexual, man. A sexual deviant, you know? And he in his riches. So how much more when he in those damn holes in the ground? Okay, when you read Isaiah the 24th chapter, when we visit him, and he in his lowest state. Scriptures tell you that a man, even in his best estate, is vanity. So think about it. Think about when Esau go to his lowest state, man. That's gonna be a sight. It's gonna require a strong stomach to see Esau when they reduce back to Fred Flintstone, Job the 30th chapter, where they scriptures tell how they was eating from the
mulberries.
Yeah.
They braid.
Yeah, the braid and the mark. Yeah. With those fruits right there, they are highly antibacterial fruits. when you go into the breakdown of those, what they was eating up there. Because why? Them devils had a bad habit. They was eating blood, chasing down rabbits, eating them without cooking it. Yeah, insect picking lice out each other hair and eating
It says, and he that is dishonored in riches, how much more in poverty?
Right, so when this devil lose everything, you're gonna see why the scriptures calling him as the basis of all men. Okay, the vile man that he is, man. Hey, I had did a video, I don't know if y'all saw, I brought out, well, 1 out of every 10 white men, it said white people choose bestiality over marriage. That's the numbers, 1 out of 10. That's the information you get, man. 1 out of 10 Edomites choose bestiality over marriage, man. And that gives credence to what we teach. Matter of fact, y'all got the precept.
This is Psalms 12
and
and verse 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted.
That's it. So I can read that again.
Psalms 12 and 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted.
Woo! And who's the vilest men? Esau, man. Really, Esau is violent in the beast of the field, man. Case in point, an animal know to have sex with its counterpart, with the other sex. Okay? Esau can't get that. Why Esau can't get that? An animal who have no senses know to have sex with the other sex. But Esau don't know that. And Esau go as far as having sex with damn trees and carnival ride. Yeah. Esau do that. Esau make up his Xbox. He find a way to pop the Xbox, man. Yeah, the sex box. Yeah. That's I bet you that's what Esau used the Xbox for. Oh, virtual reality. Oh man.
My sex box. Her name is Sean.
Yeah, come on.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it on that.
You want that joke? We're going to start on top.
Start on top.
Yeah, this Job 30 and 1.
Yeah, we're going to get on you devils, man. We're going to get on you devils, man. Okay? Man, the hell with Esau, man.
That's right.
See, and that's the problem, man. Okay, Jake having identified and targeted their enemy. That's a part of the scripture. That's a part of this light. That's a part of the doctrine. Recognizing and reacting. It's one thing to recognize, but then you got to react. Okay? Because let's say you might see a car about to come at you. You can recognize it, but if you don't react, you're going to get hit, man. So we reacting to the fact that the so-called white man is our enemy, man. And how we doing that? By using this word. This is that sword. Okay? So go ahead.
Yep. Job 30 and 1. But now they that are younger than I.
Right. They that are younger than I. When you look up that word younger right there, it goes back to insignificant. See? Go ahead.
It says, have me in derision.
Have me in derision, man. And that's what these policies that this man pushed, it's all an effort to keep you in derision. It's all an effort to keep you further oppressed, man. You know, then they give you the bread and circus. Right now, you got the Deontay Wilder fight tonight. You know? Like Jake gonna get together and, you know, ain't nothing wrong with watching the fight and nothing like that, but Jake gonna get involved in that, and they're not gonna even anticipate. It's not gonna be nowhere in their mind that there could be a quarantine in 36 hours due to the coronavirus. See, we can watch the fight. We can watch the fight and we can look over our shoulder. Oh shit, the coronavirus coming. Jake will watch the fight and be oblivious. Yeah, you know, see what I'm saying? To the impending danger that's on the horizon, man. Okay? Go ahead, Doc. Continue.
Yeah, Khan. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained.
Oh, hold up. Who's what?
Whose fathers I would have disdained to have sat with the dogs of my flock.
Right, so Job is giving you a look into the nature, the true character of Esau, man. And guess what? We can go into the information. Matter of fact, somebody type up counts of bestiality. Let's see what happens right here, man. Go ahead, get what you got.
Daniel 4 and 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones.
Go ahead.
To the intent that the living may know.
Right.
that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Right, the Lord is alive and well. Unbeknown to most of you people, you think the Lord is just dormant. You got to summon the Lord up Sunday at church. Jumping around, collection plates going and organs playing, and the Lord wake up. The Lord alive and well, man. I tell you that in Zephaniah the 3rd chapter, how the just Lord is in the midst. All right, yeah, go ahead.
And he give it,
What?
he giveth it to whosoever
Right, the Lord give it the rulership to whomsoever. Go ahead.
he will,
Uh-huh.
and set up over it the basis of men.
Right, and that's what you're witnessing. The basis of man right now is in power, man. Oh, you looking for a sign? That's a sign right there, man. The Lord took some guys that was on all fours, and they used to grunt. What they call it out when you grunt? Caveman language. And that's why through the spirit, these devils, they don't want you to call them Caucasians, man. In their spirit, it don't resonate. They stir up their spirit. You know, they don't like that, you know? But the Lord took them who was running around on all fours, right? And they rule, man. That's a marvelous
It's
work.
the man.
Huh?
Speaking vile.
Yeah, they were speaking vile. That's where you get that. Ooh, you.
Braid.
Yeah, parade, yeah.
That means that's the sound of a donkey.
Yeah.
Braid.
Yeah, parade. Sound of a donkey. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, that's heavy right there. Which a donkey is a dumbass animal.
They had a show called Hee Haw. Geico commercial.
Oh yeah, they put themselves in the Geico commercial.
Yeah, they blame that on evolution.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah, just to get away from that.
That Darwinism. Yeah.
That was the spirit of the Lord. Yeah, that's the Geico dude, man. Damn, man, that's the spirit, man. That's the Geico dude, straight up. Damn, that was heavy, man. I mean, I know it's funny, but come on, man. If I had to cast a nigga for the Geico, it'll be him. Yeah, go ahead.
It's the book.
Oh, yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10.
So evening, okay, man.
Start at verse 5.
Yeah, go ahead.
There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Yeah, that's why the scriptures say this must have been an error from the Lord, man. All right? Why? Because he set up the basis of men to be up in rulership, man. All right? That's why it said this is an error from the Lord, man. It's got to be an error, man.
Yeah.
All right? Because he's the wicked, man. He's the base of all men. He's violent in the earth, man. And you said, and the Lord said it about. That's why, hey, Solomon's saying that, man. He said this must be an error, man. All right? That says folly is in a great dignity, and the rich sit in low place, man. All right? And Esau is personified of folly, man. All right? He's folly personified, man. All right? He comes in that spirit, and also as well, reading on, it says in verse 7, I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. And that's right, man. That's why he said this must be an error, because now you got the servants, the basis of all men, all right, that's in rulership, man. All right? Riding on horses, man. All right? And the princes, all right, the princes of the power, Yasha'Allah, which is Israel, all right, walking upon the earth as servants, man. All right? So that's why King Solomon said it must be an error, man. All right? The reason why is because the man of sin is in rulership, man. All right? That's why now everything is flipped upside down, man. Everything is upside down. Everything is out of order because this man is in rulership, man. All right? So that's why, again, this is an error, man. All right? But the Lord is really soon is about to correct that error, man. All right? Because it's all set up in the spirit anyway, man. All right? It's all set up in the spirit for him to be upset up in rulership and take him down. And that's the same thing he did with Pharaoh, man. All right? Pharaoh, king of Egypt. All right? He said he hardened Pharaoh's heart. All right? So he wouldn't let the Israelites go. All right? He set them up to the point of going to Pharaoh, man. And that's the same thing that he's doing to these Israelites, man. All right? He's hardening their heart, of course, just like Pharaoh. All right? Still having us in his hands. All right? Still having to serve bondage. All right? Captivity. And the Lord is allowing them to get to a certain point to where he can't overpass, like the scriptures say. And he's going to take them down, man. All right.
Yeah, Con, this is Psalm 73:18. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou cast them down into destruction.
Right, man. It said thou hast set them in slippery places, man. All right, at the top of the mountain, like I just said, man. All right, so you set them at the very peak of the mountain. All right, to the point to where they're gonna slip and fall, man. All right. And the Lord's about to do that, man. All right. He set Esau up at the peak of rulership. All right. And he's gonna allow him to slip and fall, man. All right. Is that more than that?
Let's see. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors.
Right. It said how much are they brought to desolation within a moment, man. All right. In a moment. In other words, that's why the scriptures say that this man is going to be taken down in 1 hour, man.
Right.
All right. Think about it. All these years that these devils have been trying to set up America. All right. Try to get to their new world order agenda. All right. I mean, look at the Rothschild, man. Look at the bankers, man. They old and decrepit, man. All right. Going all the way back to the time of 1776, man. Starting with when the secret organization was started. All right, with the bankers, up until now, man, which is what, roughly 300 years, 300 some odd years. All right, so it took you 300 and some odd years, right, or 200 some odd years to set up your rulership and your agenda, and the Lord's going to take all that down in 1 hour. Man.
That's a short time.
I got some real quick. This okay. This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 14. The Lord have cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead.
That's right, man. So the Lord has taken down the proud princes, man. Took them off the throne, all right, and set up the meek in their place, man. All right, because the proud that's in rulership right now, he doesn't seek after the Most High, man. All right, because the ones that are proud in heart, right, they seek after their own way, man. All right, our food is better, our water is better. All right, our way of living is better, man. That's what goes on in the mind of all these Edomites, man. But the meek is going to be set up instead, man. All right, the meek is the one who knows the will of the Lord, man. All right, that's what this got.
So please ask us 10 and 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
That's right, just like I just read earlier in Daniel the 4th chapter, man. All right, so the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, man. All right, and he's going to set up the one who is profitable for it, man. All right, so that's why, again, the Lord's going to allow this devil to be risen up to a certain point and then take him down, all right, and have Israel back in rulership, man. All right, because we're the most connected to Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, man. All right, because that's how it was during the beginning, man. He set up the government from the beginning, man, his people. All right, the one that's closer to him, man, the sons of the Most High, man. All right, the ones who left in the stead to govern the earth, man. All right, and now you're starting to see that again, man. You're starting to see the sons of the Most High coming back to govern the earth again, man. All right, just like before, man. So that's why when Israel set back in rulership, the earth is going to be rejuvenated, man. All right, because as long as this man is in rulership, this earth is going to continue to die, man. All right, the lives of the people are going to shorten even more. All right, you're gonna start seeing more corruption in the earth to the point to where nobody's going to be saved, man. All right, so that's why the Lord, even this time right now, he's showing in the days, man. All right, he's showing in the days so that the elect can be preserved, man. That remnant can be preserved, so that they can be in rulership, man. All right.
I got a piece up for you real quick. This is the book of 1 Samuel, the 2nd chapter, and the 8th verse. It says, he raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them.
That's right, man. So we set up the poor in rulership, man. All right. Oh, that's the case in point. The parable in Proverbs, right? About the poor wise man.
Yep.
Get that real quick. Yeah. Because that's what you're seeing right now, man. And that's indicative to what the author was speaking about earlier, man. All right. How you got men of low stature, right? Set up in lower state that's bringing out this word at the forefront, man. And nobody remembers this word, man. Nobody is looking towards this word being pushed out by us, man. Right. Because they see us as lowly men, man. They see us as bumps, all right? As bugged out, man, all right? But they're gonna realize that the ones that they looked at as being bumps, all right? They're gonna realize that we had the truth all along, man. All right? You get that very well.
Yeah, God. Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and 14. it says there was a little city, and few men within it, and there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city.
Right, so by his wisdom delivered the city, man. All right, so you got the poor wise man right now that's delivering the city of Israel. All right, by way of the elect, man. Okay.
It's James 2 and 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom.
Heirs of the kingdom, yeah. You see, heirs of the kingdom, man. That's going to be your next rulers, man.
Right.
All right, you're going to see a transition of power, man.
Right.
Very soon. You got that?
Yep. It says, and heirs of the kingdom, which he hath promised to them that love him.
Right, and promise to them that love him, man. All right, and we already know what love is according to the Bible.
Right.
Doing this work, man. All right, charity. We always going to it, man. All right, so that's it, man. Yeah, you got something.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes, Sirach 49 and 10. Who was ordained for reproofs in their times, to pacify the wrath of the Lord's judgment.
Read again up.
Sirach 48 and 10. Who was ordained for reproofs in their time, to pacify the wrath of the Lord's judgment before it break forth into fury, and to turn the heart of the father unto the son, and to restore the tribes of Jacob.
Oh, no, it says the one who will turn the son's heart back to the father, man. All right, when did that start, man? All right, it started by John the Baptist, man. Actually, he came in the form of Abba Bivens, man. Yep. So when he came back, all right, in this time, all right, he set the hearts of the sons towards the father, man. All right, and that's when it started, man. All right, you got up.
Going back to that word love, it says, blessed are they that saw thee and slept in love, for we shall surely live.
Right, and the ones that slept in love, man. All right, because thou shalt surely live, man. All right, that's the key to life, man. All right, right there, man. All right. Oh, that's also fulfilling the law, man. All right. But again, going back to what we're doing, man. All right. So that's why the Lord, basically cut the wicked scribes and Pharisees about the law, man. All right. Because this wasn't about right here, man. Right now, you're seeing a glimpse of the kingdom right now, man. What you're seeing. All right.
Hey, can I say something real quick? I said you said that it's heavy because what was the Howard whole thing? My meat was to do the will of him. That was the work. So that was him through the Spirit. If you could receive it, that was him continuing on what happened in Adam. Remember the Lord told him, he said, you got to till the ground. And then going to Matthew the 13th chapter, some seeds fell here, some seeds fell there. So he continued that. And that's, hey, it's all in the book.
Yeah,
it's the story.
Yeah, he continued to work, man. All right, continue to work until that's why people say endure to the end.
To the end. Yep.
All right, because we're at the end right now, man. You just got to continue to endure until the Lord returns and gets us out of here. All right. That's why Scripture say, "Blessed is he who shall find doing."
One in Matthew 24.
But it says, Scripture where it says the Lord's going to find them that's doing His will, man. All right, and that's what it's about. He even cut Israel, all right, during the time when his parents, right, Mary, all right, was looking for him, man. He says, who's my brothers, man? Who's my brothers? Who's my family, man? Them that do the will of the Lord, man. All right? So that's why when you see us come out, man, that's why you see us feel some type of way towards the rest of Israel, man. All right? That's the reason why you see us say, 2/3 of Israel is going to be destroyed, man. That's right. Because they're not doing the will of the Lord, man. All right? Man, you think Jay-Z is thinking about Yahweh Shah, man? You think Lil Wayne's thinking about the kingdom, thinking about the Lord, they're not thinking about the Lord, man. It's far from them, man. Because they received the goodies of this world, man. They received their comforter, man.
Consolation.
Yep. Esau's their comfort, man. This the system that they chose and that they chose to live in and prosper. This is their comfort, man. All right. That's why, and I just said it. It said this is their consolation, right? The word consolation means comfort, man. All right. So they chosen their comfort, man. They didn't choose Yahweh Shah, which is the real comfort. All right.
Yeah, this is Luke 12 I'm starting at verse 42. And the Lord said, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season?
Right, man. Who is that faithful servant who's going to give him his meat in due season, man? All right? And that's what we're coming into, man. We're coming into the season to where it's about where the Lord's about to reap. All right? Oh, there's another scripture where it says, Ezekiel, not Ezekiel, but Ecclesiastes, the last chapter, where it says, every man shall receive according to his work, whether it be good or evil. Man. All right? That's the reaping season, man. All right? The harvest is here, man. All right, and the Lord's about to reap that harvest, man. All right, and every man's gonna receive wherever they sow, man. All right, if you sow evil, wicked seed, you're gonna get that, man. If you sow righteous and good seeds, guess what? You're gonna reap that, man. All right, so the reaper is coming to reap, man. All right, and we're in the season right now, man. All right.
It says, "Blessed is that servant whom his Lord cometh shall find so doing."
That's right, man. See, blessed is that servant whom the Lord shall find doing, man. All right? So the Lord is going to bless that servant who's continuing to do the work, man. Like I spoke about earlier, man. Is that you're supposed to continue in the work, man. All right? And that's the main thing of doing this, man, to continue. All right? You know, it's all sweet and good when you first hear this thing, right? When you first hear the truth. All right, and you come back to your nationality, you know, you hear about the kingdom, the benefits, all right, the perks of the kingdom, all right. But you know, the mentality of Jay today is that they want it now, all right. They want it now. They want everything now. They want everything to be microwave, all right. This is a microwave generation, man. All right. So that's why Jake to this very day, man, they want it now, man. They can't suffer through this kingdom to receive the reward, man. All right? And that takes a certain person, man. That takes a certain Israelite to do that, to suffer through and gain the reward at the end, man. All right?
Yeah, Book of Esther, chapter 10, and the Apocrypha, verse 10. Therefore hath he made two lots, one for the people of the Most High, and another for all the Gentiles.
So he made two lots, all right? One for his people, all right, the Most High, which again, the Israel, the Most High, all right, and another for the rest, man, all right, the majority of the people that are here in Babylon, man. Okay. Yeah.
Verse 11, and these two lots came at the hour.
Ooh, those two lots came at that hour, man. We're in that time right now, man.
Right.
We're at the time where those two lots are being shown before the people, man. It's being revealed who those two lots are, man.
Yeah.
All right, you got up.
And time, and day of judgment before the Most High among all nations.
That's right, man. So you got the righteous and the wicked, man. All right, those two lots are being separated, man. All right, and that's what the Lord's doing right now. He's sending that division amongst Israel. All right, the 1/3 and the 2/3. All right, and he's keeping the remnant to himself, man. All right, because again, like I mentioned earlier, that remnant is going to be the one to preserve the kingdom, man. All right, they're going to preserve the bloodline of Israel, man.
Right.
All right, that's what we want.
I got to preach about. Yeah, this is Matthew 25, and I start at 32. It says, yep. It says, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
Right, man. So he's going to bring all the people together. He's going to separate them, man. All right. Now, the ones he separated to himself, again, is the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. And he's separating them, all right, away from the rest of the people, and he's leaving them out to themselves, man.
That's right.
All right. And actually, you find that scripture in Revelation where it says, yep, that's it. Yep, come.
Yeah, this Revelations 11:1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of the Most High.
Now that's heavy, all right? Because that scripture, that's the measuring stick, all right? So the measuring stick, what? Is his word.
That's it. Yep, that's right.
This is the measure of a man, all right? If you're doing according to the will of the Lord, like we said earlier, or if you're not, man, all right? Is whether, like even the scripture saying itself says whether you're hot or you're cold, all right? If you're hot, you're for this thing, man. If you're cold, you're not. If you're in the between, you automatically out of there, man.
That's right.
You got up.
It said, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod. The angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of the Most High, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple, leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months.
That's right, man. So it says the court which is without the temple, measure it not, man. All right. In other words, when you that's something. Hey, okay. I'll give you an example, right? Carpentry. All right. So when you doing carpentry, right? You got a certain measure, right, that you want. So you measure, you get your tape measure, you mark it at the end point that you want, and you cut it off, man. So that's what the Lord's doing, man. He measured. Yep. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So he measured the temple, all right, and he marked it and he cut it off, man. He cut off a certain part that he didn't want, man, and he left it without the temple, man. All right.
Now it's back on that Matthew 25.
This is Zechariah chapter 2 and 1. I lifted up mine eyes again and looked, and behold, a man with a measuring line in his hand. Then said I, whither goest thou? And he said unto me, to measure Jerusalem, to see what is the breadth thereof, and what is the length thereof. Hey, that's the measure stick. Whether you gonna get hit, with a pistol or not, man.
Good. Yeah.
How a shot? Yeah, go. You got it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that, like the author was saying, man, that measuring line, man. All right, that he measured the holy city, man, which is what, Jerusalem.
That's right.
All right. Yep. So that's the measurement, man. That's the mark. All right.
Yeah.
And that goes right into it, man. Ezekiel 9 chapter 4 verse, setting the mark upon the foreheads of the men. All right.
That's it.
And that's what we're doing, man. All right. So when that mark is set upon those men, all right, that's like it says in the Hebrew, right? And for the word mark, it means Torah, which means exempt from judgment, man. All right. So the ones that are exempt from judgment have taken upon the mark, man. Those are the ones that sign and crying, man, about the abominations, man. All right. They're the ones that sign and crying about death on two legs, man. All right, known as Edom, Esau, man. All right. This is what they sign and cry about, man. Seeing the wicked in great rule, man. Seeing the wicked and folly. Hey, we read earlier, man. Folly being set in great dignity, man. And the servants sitting upon horses, man. This is what we're signing and crying about, man. If you're not doing the same thing, then more than likely, man, you're not a man of the Lord, man. You're not a part of that number. All right.
Yeah, this back Matthew 25, we start at 32 again. It says, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left.
Hey, that's heavy, man, in itself. Because he says he's going to set the sheep on his right hand, right? Because the sheep, you deal with the dynamics of the sheep, right? And it speaks about Yahushua being a lamb, right? About him not saying a word, all right? Because when you deal with the sheep, right? When you deal with sheep, man, a sheep doesn't cry out when it faces judgment, all right? A sheep doesn't cry out or make any sort of noise when they're about to get slaughtered, man, all right? Or when they're about to be sacrificed, okay? But a goat, on the other hand, they're gonna fight you tooth and nail, man, right? All right? And that brings me back, and I always had this image in my head of a goat with a rope around his neck trying to pull him. All right, and he stayed there in one place. That's the wicked, man. Yeah. Hey, actually that goes back to that's why the Lord said his people are stiff-necked, all right? Because when they're stiff-necked, that's the Lord's trying to pull them, and they're just staying in one place, man. All right? So that's why the Lord says he's going to separate the sheep from the goat, the sheep on the right hand, the goat on the left, man. All right? Because the sheep are obedient, man. All right? Meanwhile, the goats, they'll fight you, man. They'll fight you to death, man. All right?
That's it. A little bit on this. It says, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come ye, blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Right, man. So it's like, come, blessed of my father, inherit all the kingdom. All right? That's what we're coming into, man. All right? But, go ahead and jump to Ezekiel 9 chapter.
Okay, God. All right. Yeah, God, this is Ezekiel 9 and 4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
That's right, man. And it didn't say go through the midst of Moab, or the midst of Ammon, the midst of Edom. All right? It said go through the midst of the Jerusalem. All right? And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry. All right? For all the abominations that's done here in Babylon, man. All right? And that's exactly what we're doing, man. So if you listen to the voice of the Lord, right? If you dancing and singing to the song, all right, you're in good case, man. All right.
It says, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
Right. So to the others in his hearing, right, the others that don't have the mark, all right, the mark that's exempt from judgment, all right, it said go through the city and smite, man, all right, and don't have any pity. So when the Lord lets loose his angels, all right, to do his will, and that's it, man. Hey, there's nowhere to run, man. All right. In case of point, I'll give you an example, man. Even in the scriptures, when the Lord gave David those 3 choices, that's an example of the power of his angels, man. And imagine, that's just one angel, man. Able to do that to the nation of Israel, man. All right. Gave him 3 choices, and that angel wreaked havoc on Israel, man. All right. So imagine the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, letting his whole army of angels loose on America, man. All right. It's going to be bloodshed on the left and the right hand side, man. Everywhere, man. Everywhere you look, man. All right. It's going to be nothing but death and destruction, man. All right. So you got it.
That's it in mine hearing. So guess what? You ain't gonna have no excuse when you get judged, man, because you heard this word before, right? You know, just pay for your sin, man. So you can't say, Lord, I know, man. If you roll past this sign, you just can't cross the words that have about you on the side, man.
Yeah, it don't matter. You rolling through YouTube, you see all the videos, and you see that one video with the apostles. You scroll through it, man. That's what you just did, man.
On the other side of that banner.
It says, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have pity. Slay utterly old and young.
Slay utterly old and young. That lets you know the Lord, when it comes time for judgment, man, there's no respect of persons with the Lord. All right? Whether you're in high esteem, all right? You got a mansion, all right? You and Jake, you know, you reaping the benefits of Esau. It doesn't matter, man. All right? You old age Jake, it doesn't matter, man. All right? It says destroy both old and young, man. All right?
Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women.
Right, both maids, little children, and women, man. All right? So for you women out there, the Lord, hey, man, the Lord's not going to spare you that day, man. All right? The Lord's not going to spare you. Little children, maids, and women, man. All right? The ones that don't have that work, that's it, man. When it's come time for the judgment, it's going to judge accordingly, man. All right? And you know what? Hey, that's how he set up, even going back to when Yahushua was about to be crucified, man. All right? Because you got the ones that are back, a part of that generation, they're back today, man. That's right. All right? Actually, I'll hold that, get Ecclesiastes, I think it's 3, if I'm not mistaken. Where it says, Ecclesiastes 3. Yep, I think it says,
no new thing on time. Oh, 3, okay, yeah, cut. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3. It's like this Ecclesiastes.
Good. I was like, yeah, this is right, yeah.
Alright, yeah, cut. This is Ecclesiastes 3. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. It says, that which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been. I think you want one. No new thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like. Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes 1, and I started 9. It said the thing that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun.
Right, man. So there's no new thing under the sun, man. All right. Everything is recycled. Okay. Into what you're seeing right now, man. All right. I mean, concerning Babylon, right? That happened back in the ancient world, man. When you had all the people that went to the land of Shinar and built a tower, all right? And everybody was on one speech. Everybody was on one language. But the universal language today is what? English. And you got to learn English to even, you know, be in politics or whatever, man. When you come, you're dealing with the government, man. All right. And it also said that one speech and one language, and they all came together as one people, man. All right. Same thing what they try to do with these people here today, man. You could come from a whole nother nation, right? All right, and you have children, right, over here in this land, all right, and they'll deem you an American, man. All right. So hey, you know what? Even if you over in another nation, right, you still under the rule of Esau, man. All right. If you abide by what he's laid down, then guess what? You're a part of this nation, man. You're a part of this Western society, man. All right. No matter how you look at it, man. All right. So that same tower, right, that was built, all right, that same place, that event, and you see it today, man. It's recycled. And that same generation that fought against the Lord that back today, man. The ones that delivered Yahushua to death, man. All right. And the Lord remember that, man. He was there in front of them when they said it. He said when the people said that let his blood be on us and our children, man. All right. So the blood of Yahushua is upon 2/3 of our people, man. All right. They don't understand that the gravity of what they're involved in, man, or what they're looking at. All right. Because they don't understand that the Lord, hey, man, you know, the same ones that go to church every Sunday, all right, and holler and scream, all right, and you know, they call themselves praising the Lord, right? But the same Lord that you read about in the scriptures, right? He's got a vendetta against you, man. All right. He has a vengeance that's laid up in his heart because you delivered up to death, man. All right. He still remember those words, man. He remember the words that 2/3 of our people said when he's being delivered up, man. It's still fresh on his mind, man. All right. So that same blood that you said is going to be on you and your children, he's going to come back to reap that, man. All right.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
That's right, man. So better is the end of a thing than the beginning, man. All right. That's why I said it's better to be at the end than the beginning. Because guess what, man? You got those the men of the Lord that were back in the ancient world that they even asked Yahushua and said, well, now at this time thou restore the kingdom again to Israel. All right. They were looking for it, man. All right. Yep. Yeah, in the book of Acts, man. He said, well, now at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel. And it wasn't time yet, man. All right. Also said in the scripture said you have men that have faith. The men that have faith, right? But they didn't receive the promise. All right. So the same men that were of faith, all right, that believed in the Lord, they didn't receive the promise at that time, man. All right, because it wasn't time yet. All right. But now we're coming to the time where we're about to enter into that promise, man. All right. Now we're at the end, man. So now it's better to be involved in this thing, right? Right now, all right, to receive that, man. All right.
That's right. You got some more on that?
No, that was it.
Still holding up. Yeah, this is on. Yeah, that was on that. Okay.
That's official.
Your drunk people around where it says around 32, where it says where they consider their latter
Without that. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Just like David, you know, and Israel, man, they ask questions. They want to know when the kingdom was going to, come, man, come forth.
Yeah. They were hastening.
They was hastening that day. You know?
Yeah, that's right, man. They were hastening the day of the Lord's return, man. All right, because they knew about the Lord's return, man. Yeah, you about to say it. Yeah, they knew about it. They said they read about it in prophecy, right?
Yeah.
They read Isaiah saying that there's gonna come a time when the Lord's gonna return, man.
That's right.
All right, and when he did come back in the flesh, right? They thought that the kingdom was gonna happen then, man. All right.
Yeah.
And they were looking for it, man. Like, hold on, this is it. This is the end. We at it, man. But the Lord said, look, it's not for you to know the signs of the season, man. All right? Which the Most High put in his power, man. All right? Because guess what? Even Yahushua, man. Yep. Oh, yeah. Even Yahushua, man. Yahushua and the angels, man. They're waiting on the command of the Most High, man.
That's right.
All right? get that out.
Yeah, kind. I was gonna say something too. Like John 1. I forgot was it. I think it was Nathan, and they were like, "Yeah, this is he who Moses and the prophets." So they anticipate Yahweh Shai, man. That's relief right there. You know what I mean? The return of our Lord, man.
Hey, what's the scripture said? Comfort one another with these words.
That's
the comfort, man. The comfort is to let you know that we're at the end, man. We're about to get up out of Babylon, man.
That's right.
All right. That's the comfort, man. Okay. That's the gospel.
That's it.
All right. That's why the Lord said we're appointed to preach the gospel. All right, and which the gospel means good news, man. The good news is Esau's about to go down, all right, and Esau's about to be sent back in rulership and be at rest again, man. All right, to receive rest from our enemies. That's the good news, man. All right.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy 32, start at 28. It says, "For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them. Or that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end."
Right, man. It says, "Oh, that they were wise and they consider this." All right, and that they will consider their latter end, man. All right. So going back again to what I was speaking about earlier, you know, they don't care about what's the end game, man. All right, they're about the here and now. They're about getting their bread today. All right, and living it up. Not considering about the end, man. About the end times, man. What you gonna do when the dollar crash, man? What are you gonna do when there's no more food on the shelf?
Yeah.
All right, and the gurgle truth is banging down your door, man.
It's coming.
All right,
It's coming.
because here's the thing, man. That's considering the latter end, man. What you gonna do in that day, man? All right, that's what it's about, man. Hey, that's why the Lord said, look, them that have wisdom, right? It says, them that have wisdom has stability. Pursuant to Isaiah 33:6. All right, wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability in your times. All right, because wisdom and knowledge, that's us knowing what's coming down the pipeline. Man. All right, that's us considering our latter end, man, and what to do to be exempt from judgment. All right, that's what we're considering, man. All right, so this thing of ours is beautiful, man. All right, we tap into the things that the majority of our people and the rest of these people here don't know about, man. All right, you have something?
No, I ain't got nothing.
All right, come. So we're about to close with that. All right, once again, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, rock with us.
and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. They continue to rule very well to this very day. And also Shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's also dealing with this charity and spreading this to this ministry and this gospel to the other members of the hopeful elect in faith, in truth, and sincerity. And with that, we're going to say Shalom.
Shalom, DTA, Abad Babal.
Yeah, for you grease balls,
Catch
catch the coronavirus, man.
19.
The C virus.